Okay, good afternoon to you all. Okay, so in the last class, I did one mistake in the problem. Okay, the problem which we have discussed yesterday, I did one mistake there. Okay, good afternoon to you all. I think which problem? Uh, I think in question number third, I think. No, no, no. Fourth. Okay, fourth, I have done one mistake. Okay, in question number fourth, I have done one mistake. Okay, so in the fourth equation, that was I think question number four. This was question number four. Okay, so in the fourth equation, up to now it is correct. Okay, that a is equal to 2t plus 1. We have the initial conditions. Okay, so we found that final velocity or velocity after 3 seconds is 14 meter per second. Okay, fine. In this I have done a mistake. Okay, so wait, let me rectify my mistake. Okay, so I think in the question number 4, the velocity which we have found was correct. Okay, that was correct. Fine. Now we have to find the displacement. Okay, we need to find a displacement in 3 seconds. Okay, okay, so in this question we found the velocity is 40 meter per second. Then we know that a is equal to 2t plus 1. Okay, a is equal to 2t plus 1. Now can we write this a as dv by dt, that is 2t plus 1. Okay, so if we take dt on that side, we are getting dv equal to 2t dt plus dt. Okay, now integrate. Okay, now if we integrate this equation, okay, if we integrate this equation, what we are getting? We are getting the equation as v equal to t square plus t plus c, because we have done the indefinite integration. We have done the indefinite integration. Okay, fine. So we have done the indefinite integration. Fine. So we have to find this value of the constant c. Now how can we find the value of constant c? By substituting the value of velocity. Velocity is 14 meter per second at 3 seconds. So can we put the value here? So velocity is 14 in 3 seconds. 3 seconds means 3 square plus 3 plus c. Okay. So if you solve this, we are getting c as equal to how much? 9 plus 3, 12. So 2. So c is equal to 2. Okay. Question number 4. Yesterday, the question number 4, I did the mistake. So I'm rectifying that mistake. Okay. So we are getting C value is equal to how much? 2. Okay. 14 minus 9 minus 3 is 2. Okay. Now we have the equation. Now we have V equal to how much? V is equal to T square plus T plus 2. This is the equation of velocity. Okay. Fine. T square plus T plus 2. Okay. Fine. Now, if we have to find displacement, we have to write dv is equal to v equal to dx by dt. So it should be what? Dx equal to t square dt plus t dt plus 2 dt. Okay, integration. Okay, fine. Limits. Now, when time equal to 0 second, x equal to 1 meter. When time t equal to 3 second, x we don't know. Okay, so we have to put the limits here. So when time equal to 0 second, so lower limit is 0 second, x equal to 1. When time equal to 3 second, x equal to x. Okay. So we need to solve this equation and you'll get the values of x. Okay. So this would be what? X minus 1 equal to t cube by 3. T cube by 3 means 27. Sorry. Uh, t cube by 3. T cube by 3 means 3 cube by 3 means 9. 3 cube by 3 means 9. Okay. 9. This would be 3. This would be 3 to the 6, 6. Okay. No, no, no. Wait. This would be how much? 3 square by 3. 3 t cube by 3 means 9. This would be what? 4.5 because t square by 2. And this would be what? 6. Okay. So 16, 20.5. So x would be equal to 21.5 meter. That is the answer. Okay. So I think that mistake I have done, that C value was 2, not I have done that mistake. C will be equal to 2. Then velocity equation will come as t square plus t plus 2. Okay. See why we are finding C, because we have to find velocity as a function of time t. So velocity as a function of time t we are finding out. Okay. In that case, we have to do indefinite integration. Okay. So if we do indefinite integration, we'll get the velocity as a function of time t. Then if you integrate velocity, means if you differentiate velocity, we get dx by dt. Now if we integrate dx, we are getting displacement. Okay, so 20.5 is the answer for that question. Okay, fine. So that was the mistake. Kindly rectify that mistake. Okay. No, no, no. In all, not all, not in all the questions. If they are asking you find the velocity as a function of time, then you have to find the value of c. Okay. If they are asking you to find the velocity as a function of time, displacement as a function of time, then we have to do that. Okay, fine. That is question number 4 yesterday, which we have discussed. Okay, and I think homework I think is not uploaded in Learnity. Is that correct or not? Okay, so today it will be uploaded. Today it will be uploaded. I told the teacher he will upload. Okay, fine. Today, yesterday homework plus today homework will be uploaded. Okay, fine. Okay. Now somebody was asking me the graphical method. Okay, graphical method means here we are uh, when to submit that you ask. Okay, to the sir, that Ramesh sir will be there, or who is the coordinator, the the person who is responsible. You ask him. Okay, maximum you can submit by Sunday. Okay. Now next is this. Somebody asked me the graphical method. Now graphical method, we are assuming the conditions. We are assuming the condition that at time t equal to 0 second, the particle started from origin means 0 meter with initial velocity u. At time t equal to t seconds, the displacement of the particle is x meters and final velocity is v. Okay. Now, if you draw the graph, you can see that at t equal to 0 second, initial velocity is u because we are plotting the graph between v and t. Okay, velocity versus time graph we are plotting. So at time t equal to 0 second, what is the velocity u? At time t equal to t second, velocity is v. Okay, since the graph is uniformly accelerated. Okay, so it would be a straight line. Fine, it would be a straight line. So we got a straight line. Fine. Now from this graph, we can find the three equations of motion. First equation is what? V equal to u plus at. This one. V equal to u plus at. That is very simple because we know that the slope of velocity time graph will give you what? Acceleration. Okay. So what is the slope of velocity time graph? If you see here, this is the slope of the velocity time graph. This angle theta. Okay. So if I find this tan theta, I will get the acceleration. So tan theta will be equal to how much? Tan theta will be equal to v minus u by t minus 0. So tan theta is the slope of this curve, and the slope of velocity time graph will give acceleration. So acceleration is a. So we get v equal to u plus at. That is equation number 1 from this graph. Okay, that the slope of velocity time graph is acceleration. Okay, then if I have to find displacement of the graph, displacement of the particle, the displacement of the particle is area under velocity time graph. The area under velocity time graph uh, will give us a displacement. Now we have to find the total area under this graph. So if you see the total area under this graph, it is OABD. So if I find the area of the trapezium, I will get what? The velocity, the displacement under the graph. Okay, displacement of the particle. So can we write here as what? This one, this equation. That the area of VT graph will give us displacement. So x equal to area of OACD and area of triangle ABC. Okay, so if you solve, you are getting x equal to ut plus half at square. Okay, fine. So you have to remember that if velocity time graph is given to us, the slope of velocity time graph would represent acceleration. Okay, then the area under velocity time graph will give us displacement. Okay, so if the graph is given to you, just you need to find the area under the graph to get the displacement. And if you have to find acceleration, you have to find the slope of the graph. Okay, fine. So by using two equations, we got these two equations: v equal to u plus at. Another equation is x equal to ut plus half at square. Now, now next equation number 3. Here I have used the concept of average velocity. You can also find the displacement of the graph by finding the area of the trapezium. Okay, you can find the area of the trapezium. So if you get the area of the trapezium, what you will get? You will get the displacement of the graph. Okay, so area of the trapezium, yes, area of trapezium half height into a plus b. Okay, half height into a plus b. So half t u plus v. Okay, so by using that concept, we can find the next equation, that is v square minus u square equal to 2as. Or we can also use this concept that average velocity is equal to initial velocity plus final velocity by 2 into t. Okay, this is basically the area of the trapezium. Okay, this is the area of the trapezium. Fine. So area of trapezium is displacement of the velocity time graph, that is v plus u by 2 into t. Okay, fine. Then after substituting all this value, we are getting this equation: v square minus u square equal to 2as. Okay, so we got all the three equations of motion. Okay, by calculus method, see, calculus method is very easy, which we are already doing. That we know the a is equal to dv by dt. You take dt on that side. Okay, it becomes a dt. Now since we have assumed acceleration to be constant, here a is constant. If a is constant, if you integrate this equation, a can be taken outside because a is the constant here. Now integrate here. Integrate dt and dv. Now we have to put the lower limits. Okay. So at time t equal to 0 second, what was the speed of the particle? U. At time t equal to t second, what was the velocity of the particle? V. Okay. So if you integrate, you will get at equal to v minus u. So we are getting first equation as v equal to u plus at. Okay, v is equal to u plus at. Similarly, can we write v equal to dx by dt? Okay, v equal to dx by dt. Okay, so if you take dt on that side, we get v dt equal to dx. Now v is the final velocity. Final velocity equal to u plus at into dt equal to dx. Now integrate. Okay, if you integrate, time limit is what? 0 to t second. Displacement is from 0 to x. Okay, so if you substitute this value, you are getting second equation as x equal to ut plus half at square. X is the displacement here. Now you have to make a one note here. Very important note is this, that note, this is very important note. Okay, that in the equation x equal to ut plus half at square, x is the displacement, okay, of the particle. Displacement of particle. That is a very important point. Okay, x is the displacement of the particle. It is not the distance covered. It is the displacement of the particle. Okay, fine. This concept we will use. Okay, this concept we will use in motion under gravity. That is why I'm telling you x is the displacement, not the distance covered by the body. Okay, fine. No. In this question we have assumed acceleration to be constant. So all the three equation of motion is there. See, all the three equation of motion which we are studying, x equal to v equal to u plus at, x equal to ut plus half at square, x equal to v square minus u square by 2a. In all the three equations of motion, we have assumed acceleration to be constant. Okay, if acceleration is not constant, then we have to go by the basic method. That is what? V equal to dx by dt. Okay, a is equal to dv by dt. Fine. So if a is constant, then only we can use all the equation of motion. Okay, otherwise we cannot use. X is not the distance. I'm telling you, in all the equation, x is the displacement, not the distance covered. Wherever I'm writing x or s, okay. So I think in graphical method I wrote x. So s is what? Displacement. X is also displacement. Okay. In this equation also, v square equal to u. Now we know that a is equal to v dv by dx. Okay. A equal to v dv by dx. Now if a is a constant which we can take outside, now we integrate this. If you integrate this, lower limit is x equal to 0 to x equal to x, u and v. U is the initial velocity, v is the final velocity. Now if you integrate this, you're getting this equation. V square equal to u square plus 2ax. Again here x will be the displacement. Wherever there is x, this x is displacement. X is displacement. V is the final velocity, u is the initial velocity, a is the acceleration. Okay, fine. I hope you understand all the three equations of motion. How you can write is S also. Okay, and I think in graphical method I wrote S. It can be X also, no problem. Okay, S X anything you write. Okay, fine. Now now next is, now we can write all the equation of motion first of all. So can equation of motion under uniform acceleration. Okay, in equation of motion with constant acceleration. With constant acceleration. So if acceleration is constant, these are the three equations of motion. One is v equal to u plus at. Second is x equal to ut plus half at square. And third is v square minus u square equal to 2ax. Okay, so these are the three equations of motion. X is a displacement, x is displacement, u is initial velocity, okay, v is final velocity, okay, a is acceleration, and t is time taken. Okay, fine. So these are the three equations of motion. Okay, fine. Yes, that is the area of trapezium. In third equation graphical, that v plus u by 2 into t is the area of trapezium. Okay, so x must be equal to v plus u by 2 into t. So v plus u by 2 into t is the area of the trapezium. Okay, now next one more concept is there, that is displacement in nth second. Okay, displacement in nth second. Displacement in nth second. Nth second, you understand? Like if I ask you that if the body is moving, okay, if the particle is moving, fine. What is the displacement of the particle in 1 second, or second, or third second? Third second means between 2 seconds and 3 seconds. What is the displacement of the particle? Okay, so that's the next formula which we are deriving is displacement of the nth second. Nth second means like if I say displacement of the body in fourth second. Fourth second means what? Between 5 and 4. Between 5 and 4 seconds, which means nth second will be 4 seconds. Okay, this is the derivation of nth second. Okay, yes, all the three equations are for uniform acceleration. Yes. So displacement of a displacement in nth second. Okay. Now just tell me one thing. The displacement in nth second, say Sn, we can assume Sn as a displacement here. Snth will be equal to what? Displacement in n second minus displacement in n minus 1 second. Is this correct or not? If I say the displacement of the particle in nth second is equal to displacement of the particle in n second minus displacement of the particle in n minus 1 second. So if I have to find displacement of the particle in 4 second, it would be what? Displacement of the particle in 4 second minus displacement of the particle in 3 second. Is this correct or not? Okay, fine. So displacement of the particle in nth second is, okay, so displacement in nth second is displacement in n second minus displacement in n minus 1. So can I find displacement in n seconds? That would be equal to, so nth means like if I say displacement of the particle in 4 second. 4 second means what? 4 second means displacement in 4 second minus displacement in 3 second. That is the 4 second displacement. Okay, how much displacement you have done in 4th second or 5th second? That is what nth means here. Okay, fine. So what is the displacement of the particle in nth second? Now we have to assume some condition here that initial velocity is u, the body is moving with the constant acceleration a. Okay, fine. Okay, now displacement in n second will be equal to initial velocity, okay, u un plus a by 2 n square. Is this correct or not? Tell me. Displacement in n second would be equal to displacement in n second will be equal to un plus a by 2 n square. See which equation we are using. We are using s equal to ut plus half at square. Now here t is what? N second. Na? T is the n second. So ut plus half at square, which means un plus half an square. Is this correct or not? Okay. Yes. Now if I have to find the displacement in n minus 1 second. Okay. So displacement in Sn minus 1 second, that would be equal to u n minus 1 plus a by 2 n minus 1 whole square. Correct now? Means n is, if I have to find displacement in n second, that would be equal to displacement in n second minus displacement in n minus 1. Okay, like if I have to find displacement in 4 second, so what I have to do? I have to find displacement in 4 second and displacement in 3 second. So 4 second minus 3 second will give us the displacement in 4 second. That is only we are doing now. So if n second, if in n second displacement is un plus a by 2 n minus 1, then in n minus 1 second, what is the displacement? In the place of t, we have to replace by n minus 1. So un minus 1 plus a by 2 n minus 1 whole square. So in n second, displacement is un plus a by 2 n square, and in n minus 1 second, displacement is what? Sn minus 1 equal to un minus 1 a by 2 n minus 1 whole square. Is this correct or not? Okay, now the displacement in nth second will be Sn minus 1, which is what? Un plus a by 2 n square minus u un minus 1 plus a by 2 n minus 1 whole square. Correct now? Okay, fine. Now we can open this bracket here. So un plus a by 2 n square minus, if you open this bracket, it would be what? Un minus u plus a by 2 n square plus 1 minus 2n. Okay. Now if you rearrange this equation, un plus a by 2 n square minus un plus u, okay, plus a by 2 n square plus a by 2 minus an, okay, minus an. Fine. So if you cancel out something, un will get cancelled out, okay. And if you rearrange this equation, we are getting displacement in nth second will be equal to u plus a by 2 2n minus 1, okay. That is the displacement in nth second, okay. U plus a by 2 n minus 1, okay. Fine. Wait, this would be minus, okay. If you open this bracket, u minus un plus u minus a by 2 minus a by 2 plus an, okay. So un cancel out, a by 2 get cancel out, we are getting this equation. After rearranging, we are getting s nth equal to u plus a by 2 2n minus 1. So the formula for the s nth second means displacement in nth second. The displacement in nth second is given by s nth equal to u plus a by 2 2n minus 1. That is the answer. Okay. So that is the displacement in nth second. Means you have to rearrange this equation, okay. If you rearrange this equation, you'll get this expression only, that u plus a by 2 2n minus 1, okay. Because un cancel out, a by 2n square, a by 2n cancel out. We will be getting what? U minus un plus a by 2 plus a this one. So sorry, un will get cancelled out. We are getting one equation like this. See, after cancelling out, we are getting u plus an minus a by 2. So if you rearrange this equation, you are getting this expression. Okay, fine. That is a displacement in nth second. Okay, so this question, this formula is very important. Okay, so please remember this formula. Displacement in nth second, u plus a by 2 2n minus 1. Okay, now 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 let us discuss this expression. Now can anyone tell me, is this expression dimensionally correct or not? Just tell me. The displacement in nth second is dimensionally correct or not? Dimensionally correct. Dimensionally correct. I'm asking you. Is this expression dimensionally correct? Yes. Okay. So this is your not homework. Just think on this point. Okay. This equation, this equation is not dimensionally correct, or it is correct. This equation is dimensionally correct or not? Just tell me. Okay, fine. This is your homework. Just think. And if it is correct, then you have to tell me the reason. If it is not correct, then you have to tell me the reason. Okay. So you have to see this expression and just tell, okay, whether it is dimensionally correct or not. If you are saying correct, then why? If not, then why? Okay, fine. Now, this is your homework. Just think. You have 2 days. You can think, and then you can tell me the answer. Okay, fine. Now, next is how we are using these equations. All the three equations of motion. Okay. First of all, while using these formulas, you have to take something. I mean, some note, some rules you have to understand. Okay, fine. So some rules you have to understand. Like when we are moving in horizontal direction. Okay, whenever the particle is moving in horizontal direction, so horizontal direction is normally taken as x and minus x. This should be origin. Okay, so whenever we are moving in horizontal direction, fine, the right side is taken as positive and the left side is taken as negative. Understand? Okay. So when you are in the horizontal direction, the right is taken as positive, the left is taken as negative. That is the first point. Okay, fine. Next point. If the particle is moving vertical direction, like when we will deal with motion in the gravity, that is the vertical direction. Okay, then the upward is taken as positive, the upward is taken as positive, and downward is taken as negative. Okay, fine. Yes, the upward is taken as positive and downward is taken as negative. Okay, now if in this problem, if body is accelerating, so next point on this, if body accelerate, if the body accelerate, then A is taken as positive. Okay, if the body accelerate, A is taken as positive. If the body retardation is there, then A is taken as negative. Okay, so for retardation, A is negative. For acceleration, A is positive. Okay, fine. Retardation means deacceleration. Like when you are applying the brake, okay, then the body is deaccelerating. When you are putting the putting of when you are applying brake, that is deacceleration. If you are putting the leg in your accelerator, it is accelerating. Okay, fine. Okay, so these things you have to remember. Okay, fine. So let us do some problem based on this. Okay, so in horizontal, the right is taken as positive, left is taken as negative. In vertical motion, y means upward is taken as positive, downward is taken as negative. Then if the body accelerate, A is positive. If the body deaccelerate, A is negative. Okay, fine. So write down one problem based on this. Okay, a body having a velocity of a body having a velocity of 4 meter per second. Okay, is accelerated is accelerated at the rate of 1 meter per second square for 5 seconds. Find the distance traveled by the particle. Find the distance traveled by the particle. Okay, by the particle. Okay. Now here in this question, the acceleration is constant here because A is equal to 1 meter per second square. So if the acceleration is constant, can we use the equation of motion there? Yes, we can use the equation of motion. Okay. Can anyone get the answer for this? Which equation we should use to get the distance traveled? Second equation, very good. Okay. So second equation is what? X equal to ut plus half at square. Fine. Now see, if you see one point here, just let us analyze this question. Here they have given the velocity is 4 meter per second. Means whenever they are writing 4, whenever they are writing 4 meter per second, you have to automatically understand that particle is moving on the x-axis. Particle is moving on the x-axis. Okay, because here is plus 4 meter per second. So initial velocity is how much? 4 meter per second. That is the first thing you have to understand from here. See, See, I told you before also that x equal to ut plus at square. X is displacement only. X is displacement only. But if the particle direction is not changing, then displacement and distance are same. Okay. So in this case also, direction of the particle is not changing. Then displacement and distance are same here. Okay. Fine. So u is 4 meter per second. Fine. Now time, how much time it has taken? 5 seconds. Acceleration, the body is accelerated, means k should be positive, which means 1 meter per second square. Okay, so you we just need to put the values here. So u equal to 4 into 5 plus half into 1 into 5 square. This would be 20 plus 25 by 2 is 12.5, means 32.5 meter is the distance traveled by the particle. Okay, the distance traveled by the particle is 12.5 meter. 32.5 meter is the answer. Okay, next problem. Okay, next problem is that a person traveling in a car at a velocity of 10 meter per second. Okay, applies a brake, applies a brake, and a car deaccelerate and a car deaccelerate at a rate of 2 meter per second square. Okay, find the time, find the time for the car to stop. Mean how much time the car will take to stop. Okay, our car is traveling at a speed of 10 meter per second. Okay, applies a brake. The car deaccelerates at a rate of 2 meter per second square. Find the time for the car to stop. Okay, so in this, which equation we are using here? First equation. Okay, first equation we can use. Okay, now now let us analyze this problem again. Okay, the car person is traveling in a car with a velocity of 10 meter per second, which means what they have given us, initial velocity, that is 10 meter per second. Okay, applies a brake and the car deaccelerates at the rate of 2 meter per second square. Deaccelerate means acceleration must be minus 2 meter per second square. I hope you understand why minus I am writing. Okay, minus 2 meter per second square. Now the car stops. The car stops. So when the car stops, the final velocity will be 0. Okay. If the car is coming to rest, the final velocity will become 0. Then can we use the equation number 1, that final velocity v equal to u plus at. So final velocity is 0, initial velocity is 10, minus 2 into t means t equal to 5 seconds. So after 5 seconds, the car will stop. Okay. Next part of this problem is find the displacement of the car before it gets stopped. Find displacement before it stops. Okay. Find displacement before it stops. 25 meter. Okay. 25 meter. Okay. So which equation we can use? We can use both the equation, s equal to ut plus half at square, or we can also use s equal to v square minus u square by 2as. Okay. So I am using that third equation, x equal to v square minus u square by 2a. Okay. So final velocity 0 square Initial velocity is minus 10 square by 2 into acceleration, that is minus 2. Okay, minus 2. So we are getting minus 100 by minus 4, which is what? 25 meter. Okay, so after 25 meter, the car will get stopped. Okay, that is the answer is 25 meter. Okay, I think you know how to apply these formulas. Okay, so you have to take this sign into consideration, very important. Okay, taking sign is very important. Okay, otherwise you will make a mistake while applying this equation of motions. Okay, fine. Next, next problem, can you write? Okay, a train a train start from rest. A train start from rest and moves with constant constant acceleration of moves with a constant acceleration of 2 meter per second square for half a minute. For half a minute. Okay. The brake the brakes are then applied. The brakes are then applied and the train comes to rest. And the train comes to rest in 1 minute. In 1 minute. You have to find part first. Find the total displacement of the car train. Total displacement of train. Second part, maximum speed of the train, maximum velocity, we can see maximum velocity of train. And C part is, okay, two part you can find the maximum velocity and displacement of the train. Okay, okay, find this problem now. Okay, so the car start from rest. Okay, and moves with the constant acceleration of 2 meter per second square for half a minute. Then the brakes are applied. The train comes to rest in 1 minute. Find the total displacement of the car and the maximum velocity of the train. Total displacement of the train and maximum velocity of the train. Okay. Hmm. 3600 meters is total displacement. Okay. Maximum speed 2000. Maximum speed is 120 meter per second, 60 meter per second. Okay. Displacement 2700 meters. Okay. So I think you all are getting answer, but all are not getting the same answer. Okay. So let us draw the first of all. See, the train start from rest. So let us suppose the train start from A point. Okay, B point, and this is the C point. Okay, the train starts from rest with a constant acceleration of 2 meter per second square for half a minute. Means if the train start from point A, initial velocity is 0 meter per second. Okay, For half a minute means for half a minute means 30 seconds. For 30 seconds, it was accelerating at a rate of how much? 2 meter per second square. Okay, fine. So can we find the see from A to B it is accelerating. Okay, can we find the velocity at B? We can easily find velocity at B because velocity at B will be equal to initial velocity, that is u, plus at. So u is 0, acceleration is 2, time is 30 seconds, means 60 meter per second. Is this correct or not? So velocity at B will be 60 meter per second. Okay. Now when it reaches B, velocity becomes 60 meter per second. That would be the maximum velocity of the train. Why? Because up to from A to B, it is accelerating, means its speed is increasing. Okay. And from B to C, it starts deaccelerating, means its velocity will decrease only. It will not increase. Okay. So the maximum velocity it can attain will be 60 meter per second. Because when it reaches B, from B we are applying the brakes. So when we are applying the brakes, the velocity will decrease. And when it reaches C, velocity becomes 0. So we can say at B dash, velocity is 0 meter per second because it comes to rest. Now, what is the time taken to come to rest? That is equal to how much? 1 minute. 1 minute means 60 seconds. Okay, fine. So can we find the time taken? Time taken we know. Can we find the deacceleration of the train from B to C? Okay, the deacceleration of the train from B to C. How can we find? See, deacceleration will be equal to V dash final velocity equal to V plus A dash into T. Okay, fine. Final velocity 0, initial velocity. So when you are applying the equation of motion from B to C, initial velocity becomes 60 meter per second or not? So when we are applying from B to C, it becomes 60 meter per second. So it should be what? 60 plus A dash into 60 means A dash will come as minus 1 meter per second square. So why it is coming minus? Because it is deaccelerating or retarding. Okay. So the acceleration should be minus 1 meter per second square. Okay. So we got the deacceleration of the particle, that is equal to minus 1 meter per second square. Now maximum velocity we found. Can we find the displacement of the particle? Okay. So can we find displacement between A and B? So displacement of train from A to B, that would be equal to say x1, that is ut plus half at square. Initial velocity is 0 because from A to B initial velocity is 0, so 0 plus half into the acceleration is how much? 2. Okay, so acceleration is 2 into time will be how much? 30 seconds. It is 30 seconds. Okay, 30 square, which means 900 meters. So from displacement from A to B is how much? 900 meter. 900 meter. Okay, fine. Next, displacement from B to C, say x2. Now again, for x2, can we apply this equation that final velocity whole square means v dash whole square minus initial velocity square v square by 2 into a dash. Can we apply this or not? Okay. Now v dash square is 0 minus initial velocity is how much? 60 meter per second. Okay. So it should be what? 60 whole square by 2 into deacceleration. Deacceleration is minus 1. Okay. So this becomes how much? 3600 by 2, which is 1800 meter. So total displacement would be x1 plus x2, which is 900 plus 1800, means 2700 meter is the answer. Okay. So 2700 meter is the answer for this problem. Okay. Fine. So that is the answer for this particular problem. So I hope you understand how we are applying the equation of motion there. Okay. Yes, you will get this type of questions in your weekly test. Yes, in this equation we can use all the three equations of motion. Okay, fine. Now next is the motion under gravity. Okay, the motion under gravity. Yes, all these three equations will come in your NEET exam. Okay, I have framed some homework for you all. That homework is containing this type of problem only. Okay, fine. Okay, so next is the motion under gravity. Now, whenever we are talking about the motion under gravity, we are talking about the vertical motion. Okay, now this example we can do at your home also. You drop something, okay, from certain height. What will happen? It will come near to the earth, or it will be attracted towards the earth. Okay, the particle motion would be a vertical motion. Okay, particle motion would be a vertical motion. Now, can you tell me one thing? Can you tell me one thing? Is the particle accelerating when the particle is under the motion of gravity? Okay, when the particle is moving under the gravity, is the acceleration constant? Yes or no? Yes, acceleration due to gravity is constant. And what is the value of that? That acceleration we normally represent the magnitude of that acceleration is represented by 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, or sometimes we say as 10 meter per second square. Okay, or 10 meter per second square means approximately we say 10 meter per second square, and exact value is 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, that is the magnitude of the g. Now this g value will remain constant, but it will remain constant up to certain height only. Like whenever we are dealing with motion under gravity, we take g as constant, up to 10 kilometers height. Okay, up to 10-kilometer height, the g is constant. Beyond that, we cannot say that g is constant. G will change. Okay, g will not be constant. It will decrease as we go beyond 10 kilometers. Okay, so g is constant. The constant is what? 9.8 meter per second square. We can only assume up to 10 kilometers. Beyond that, the g will decrease. Okay, so we cannot assume constant there. Okay, but in kinematics one day, what all problem will come under this range only. Means the ball will be dropped beyond, means less than 10 kilometers only. And you can take your example also. Even if the maximum means, if you see the highest building on the world in the world is what? Burj Khalifa. Its height is how much? I don't remember the height, but it is not 10 kilometers. Okay, it is very less than that. Okay, so we have to assume that if you drop something from the Burj Khalifa also, the g will remain constant. Okay, so whenever we are dealing with the kinematics of motion under gravity, we assume g as constant, but g is not constant. It will change when you go beyond 10 kilometers. Okay, fine. Now can you say that this gravity motion is a constant acceleration motion or not? Okay, so the motion under gravity is constant acceleration motion. Okay, so if it is a constant acceleration motion, can we apply the equation of motion here? Yes, we can apply all the equation of motion. Okay, like v equal to u plus at, second x equal to ut plus half at square, and third equation x equal to v square minus u square by 2a. Okay, we can apply all the equation of motions in the gravity. Okay, modulus means I am just talking about the magnitude of the g. Okay, I am not going in direction now. I'll tell you direction. Okay, magnitude wise the value of g is 10 meter per second square. Okay, fine. Now next important point in motion the gravity is that we neglect the resistance of the air. Okay, we neglect the resistance of the air. We assume that there is no resistance of the air while the particle is moving in under the action of gravity. Okay, so uh, we normally reject the resistance of the air. Okay, now whenever we will use this equation, means whenever we are dealing with motion under gravity, it is a vertical motion. So vertical motion, I told you that upward is taken as positive, the downward is taken as negative. The upward is taken as positive and downward is taken as negative. Okay, fine. Now you tell me one thing. If you drop certain object, like if this is the floor, okay, I drop something, the the ball will move towards the earth, or we can say the ball is attracted towards the earth. Why it is getting attracted? Because of the gravitational force. Now, because of the gravitational force, the body is getting accelerated towards the floor, which means what is the direction of acceleration here? Downward or not? The direction of acceleration is downward. So if the direction of acceleration is downward, then while using this equation of motion, we have to always assume a equal to minus 9.8 meter per second square. Understand? Minus 9.8. Yes. Whenever we are using this equation of motion, whenever we are writing a, basically when we are using motion the gravity, we will not use a, we will use g. Okay, and that g will be always minus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, that g will be always minus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, whatever is the condition, even you throw upward, even you throw downward, wherever you throw. Okay, but it should be in vertical motion only. Okay, whenever you will throw, you have to use the value of g as minus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay, you may ask me that, sir, when you are throwing, when you are dropping the object, the body is accelerating downward, so why we are not using plus g? Okay, I am telling you that whenever we are using this equation, we have to use minus 9.8 meter per second square. The reason is that the body is accelerating towards the negative side. Okay, negative side is always taken as minus g. Okay, so whenever we are using this equation, a will be equal to minus 9.8 meter per second square. Whatever is the condition, even you throw the ball upward, downward, even if the ball bounces back from the floor, anywhere we will use g as minus 9.8 meter per second square only. Fine. So if I write the equation of motion in this gravity, in motion the gravity, then we will write v equal to u minus gt, that is first equation. Second equation, x equal to ut minus half gt square, that is second equation. And third equation, x equal to v square minus u square by 2 into minus g. So whenever we are using this equation of motion, we have to put a as minus g only. Okay, understood? Yes or no? This you have to keep in your mind. Okay, otherwise you will make the mistake. Okay, I'm telling you again, you have to keep this in mind that whenever you are dealing with the motion the gravity, the motion the gravity is always vertical motion. Second part, second point, a should be minus 9.8 meter per second square or minus g. Okay, and x is the displacement of the particle. Okay, x is the displacement of the particle. Fine. So I think time is up. Okay, so this is the yesterday homework. Okay, kindly make a note of this. displacement is equal to velocity into time in which condition? When there is no acceleration. Okay, this is today homework, Friday. Okay, this will be sent to your Learnity portal. Okay, but I will show you the question now itself. But this question will be sent in your Learnity also. Okay, fine. Okay, which slide you want me to show? Tell me. 79. Okay. Yes, I'm teaching batch 2 only. Okay. 7. So I started from which slide? I think we have started from this one. This one today we have started now. This one. So this is the first slide we have done. Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9. Ah, you can attend batch 2. Okay. Whatever I will be teaching batch 2, you can understand from there itself. Okay. Okay. So I think time is up. The homework will be sent to you. Okay. See in third equation, you just see the formula of trapezoid. Okay. Then apply the formula, you will get the answer. Okay. In third equation, you use the formula of trapezoid. Okay. Just see in your net what is the formula of trapezoid and then try to apply that formula and get the answer. Okay, using graphical method. Fine. So whenever we are using equation of motion, we have to take g as minus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. Equation of motion when we are taking. General also g should be minus 9.8 only. Under gravity. Anywhere under whatever motion is under gravity, we have to take g as negative, minus 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. Okay, thank you all. Midterm, I don't know. Okay.